What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And for today's video guys, I have several quite interesting news. I will show you an update in regards to the potential real sentences for the wrongdoers in the major analytic firms and some banks. On top of that, I will show you that I see an increasing pressure to some of the Congress members in regards to our case. On top of that, guys, I will show you that potentially we are about to see another law firm that is pushing our case forward, and it is not the Mark Basil's firm. And at the end of this video I will share my personal story. That is why guys, please watch this video till the very end, because it is very important for me personally. So, and before we dive deep into all of this, please hit the like button for YouTube algorithm and drop me a line in the comment section for whatever reasons you want. And let's start with this news that was published by Meta News just 14 hours ago, and it says, just in, TD Bank executives behind illegal activities may now face prison time after several scandals have eroded the institution's trust with the public. And guys, I have to admit that this news does not relate directly to our case, but in general, it is very scary news for the wrongdoers, because think of it like this. A lot of people who are working in these major companies like GTS Securities or some broker-dealers who have a short position, illegal short position on some assets, they perform this activity without fear, because they do not have any personal liabilities on these cases, and that is why they feel safe, and that is why they can continuously do this type of actions. And for now, with this type of news that more executives have personal liability because of their actions, a lot of people will think twice before they will act. And this is a very good update. On top of that, guys, take a look right here. Meta News also posted this tweet, and let me show you that John Burda reposted it. And this tweet was written in response to the Ralph Norman's tweet, where he wrote the following: "The line Biden-Harris administration has been caught red-handed. Read this." And he refers to another tweet, but I don't want to dig deeper inside this tweet. And let me show you just this response. Mr. Ralph Norman, you've been caught red-handed for betraying the MMTLP community. After being an advocate for us for the year, you completely did a 180 and stopped supporting the movement, and you don't know simple market principles. And guys, you know that Ralph Norman was the initiator of the letter that was written by him and his office back in December of 2023. And that was signed by 74 other Congress members. And this letter, it was extremely important at that moment, but for some reasons, and we know what these reasons are, they changed their mind, and they did it because of the allegations, because of the fines that were implemented to John Burda, George Palikars and MMAT, because of their allegedly illegal actions of pump and dump scheme. And guys, to be honest, I told you multiple times that these two cases are completely separate, and no one should mix them up together, because on the one hand, if John Burda and George Palikars were guilty in pump and dump actions, it wasn't the reason of the U3 halt that happened 2 days prior the end of trading back in December of 2022. And because of these actions that was implemented, because of this U3 halt that was implemented by FINRA, a lot of MMTLP shareholders stuck for almost 2 years in this saga. And a lot of people lost their families, lost their assets, and even lost their lives during these actions, and that is why, guys, we have to use any possible path to the resolution, and one of them is definitely the letter that is still unanswered from SEC and FINRA's sides. And that is why, guys, I can feel that we have more and more pressure on these people. On top of that, guys, John Burda is quite active in our case as well. And ask yourself if he's guilty in these type of actions, if he made something illegal back in the days. Don't you think that in this case he has to be extremely quiet without any posts related to MMTLP case? But for now, guys, we have a lot of actions from John Burda. Yes, he cannot perform any other actions, and we have some questions to his actions related to the flamethrower activity. But in general, I have to say that in my opinion, John Burda is not guilty in this case, and that is why he is still on our side. On top of that, guys, take a look right here. RareDD, in response to the Pete Sessions tweet, wrote the following, and Pete Sessions was the second person who signed the letter of 74 members of Congress. On top of that, he was the first congressman who mentioned MMTLP saga in his presentation back in December, I guess, of 2023. And he asked first questions to the authorities, and he tried to find out the truth in our case. But for the same reasons, he became quiet, and we don't have any updates from his side. That is why, guys, for example, RareDD wrote this one. Didn't you promise MMTLP share count to your constituents? And yes, he promised it back in the days, and he told us that he will continue to fight for his constituents, and some of his constituents are the MMTLP shareholder, and that is why he has to continue this fight. But for some reasons, and again we know what these reasons are, he stopped to do it. On top of that, guys, take a look right here. Gary Gensler wrote this tweet just several hours ago, and he said, information from a whistleblower who knows of possible securities law violations can be among the most powerful tools in the law enforcement toolkit for SEC. Check out answers from Office of the Whistleblower staff on some frequently asked questions. And he added the link to the SEC official website. And right here, in response to this tweet, you can find a lot of mentions of MMTLP case. And again, guys, we are extremely loud as the community, and the majority of these answers are related to the MMTLP case. And this means he knows that there is a huge problem on the market. And guys, again, from his perspective, I think he has to react on these actions, because if something's wrong with this case, he has to perform some actions to investigate it. Otherwise, he has to calm down all these people, all the people from MMTLP community who asks for justice. And that is why, guys, his complete silence is not the answer, and I think he doesn't do his job properly. That is why we have to push our case forward, not only from the side of Congress or from the side of SEC and FINRA themselves, but from the litigation side as well. On top of that, guys, let me show you right here. Here is the tweet that was published by RareDD, and this is the timeline of actions, a part of his due diligence that he disclosed in the most recent video that he published on October 13th. And let me quote you these details. Somewhere in one of these meetings, phone or Zoom calls or emails, the SEC and FINRA seemingly colluded to prevent settlement in MMTLP. How? The inclusion of the December 13 of 2022 deletion date meant that before the 141 MMTLP for next breach exchange that was supposed to take place on December 14, 2022, the brokers already exchanged MMTLP for a dummy QSIP and were prepared, if they didn't, to tell clients that they were given next breach. What this accomplished is that it prevented a situation where MMTLP holders were either holding MMTLP or next breach. Since investors were holding something different, it allowed the brokerages to tell them they have next breach even if they don't. FINRA hijacked the MMTLP corporate action to merely delete the trading symbol and wait to see what would happen. And guys, the entire summary in the video format you can find in his YouTube channel, and the latest update was made by him on October 13th. And guys, definitely because of these actions we know that FINRA and SEC worked together in order to hide this information, and that is why information from whistleblowers might be crucial for our case. And for now we don't have these whistleblowers, unfortunately we don't have them, but we might find it through different paths. And I have to say that one of these paths is potential Don Fizz. He became active again, and if you don't know who this person is, back in January of this year, he made a lot of meetings with Congress members, and he gave all the information to them in order to push our case forward. Unfortunately, for some reasons, and I covered these reasons in one of my videos back in May, I guess, of this year, he became silent as well. But this reason wasn't the result of his actions. I have to admit that some of community members or people who pretend that they are community members are trying to push his efforts down. And guys, let me show you this set of tweets that are very important in my opinion. So, on October 15, Deborah wrote this: "For all you mean-spirited MMTLP ampers, I support Anna Trades and her brilliant lawyer Mark Basile. They are package deal. You can't support Anna without supporting her team of lawyers at the Basile law firm pro bono. Block me, mute me, call me names and talk behind my back. IDGAF. You know what does it mean." And I have to say that a lot of community members knows that Anna Trades is the lead plaintiff in one of the RICO cases, and I have to admit that Anna has a huge support from the MMTLP community. But at the same time, the lawyer who filed this lawsuit doesn't have this level of credibility from community members, and I have to say that in my opinion it is not fair. And let me show you what did Mark Basile write. "They are rooting for a trade station to win, because if they win, I don't get to serve subpoenas on everyone, and I mean everyone, including them. This means they are rooting against MMTLP holders no matter what they say, and MI isn't the only firm now getting involved." So guys, I have to admit that this statement is quite important. First of all, you know that just recently Mark Basile stated that he will file a lot of subpoenas, and I have to say that not so many people who were and who is involved in this case want to answer before the court, and that is why, guys, they are trying to push his case down. And they spread the information that Mark did nothing for our case, and I have to say that, guys, to be honest, I think he is quite a useful member of MMTLP community. On top of that, let me show you this. Pete Tonk wrote, "Can't wait for the subpoenas. Pretty sure they will be mad rush to figure out a settlement once we cross that bridge." And Mark responded to this, and many social media posters deleting their accounts. That's typically what happens. So, you know that this pressure that Mark Basile is experiencing right now is not so pleasant for him and for the entire MMTLP community. That is why, guys, we have to be extremely accurate in all of our statements, in all of our expressions, because in general, the more gibberish we have inside our community, the less likely we will reach our main goal. And that is why, in my opinion, wrongdoers are trying to split our community, and that is how they want to remove our strength. And guys, let me tell you my personal story. I have a wife and 2 children aged 11 and 15, as well as a small dog. After 30 years of living in Russia near the Baikal Lake, we decided to move. Now we reside in Serbia. Although I don't own any MMTLP shares, I invest a lot of time creating daily MMTLP videos. I have been doing this every day without days off and holidays for more than 1.5 years. Now I wish to buy back this time from my family, from my children. We've agreed that I will ask the MMTLP community to support me, and I will give all the money to the children. Therefore, if you believe that I am providing useful content for you and wish to support me, you can join my Patreon account. For $5 a month, I will add your name to my list of supporters if you wish. Thank you in advance. The link you can find in the description below. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you.